That's London. I say that as if I've been to London. I've never been to London. It's the car. Decent young ladies make do. Whatever happened to hello? Uluru Games Part 2. It's not electric boogaloo. Environmental protesting boogaloo. That's the tuberculosis. I'm dumb. I hit record before I moved the box. Okay, hello friends and gamers. In true Uluru Games fashion, we're doing this event at the very last second, but not the very last second because it's not the very last day. It's the last full day, so it's like the second to last day. Saturday, not Sunday. So there's that. But we have to do Chronicles of Uluru, London Dawning. I'm hoping we can do the full thing. I did have issues doing all of Haunted Highway, which I forgot that I had issues doing all of Haunted Highway until I started editing the Haunted Highway videos recently. Forgot about that. But I didn't have issues with the last Uluru Games event, so we should be okay there. I will say right now, we're probably not gonna linger too much on anything because I have a hair appointment tomorrow that I probably should have canceled earlier, but now it's like too late to cancel, but I might still cancel because I'm stressed. Anyways, hi. Let's do Chronicles of Uluru, London Dawning. I don't want to talk about everything else going on in my life right now. I really don't. I just want to do this event and maybe cry about it. That could be a great time, actually. But this is part 2, technically, of Uluru Games. I believe it's a prologue, because I think we're doing this in like the 1920s or around there. Whereas the Uluru Revival event, which you can do, I believe, if you go to the combat screen, I think it's in Reflections. Yes, you can redo all of these events, which I do want to get to eventually. But it cuts off at Revival Uluru Games. So that's like the only, like you can go up to here. I think that's like 1.5 event technically. So I don't know when the more recent events are being put in here. I'm waiting for them to put more of the recent events in here because I do plan, like once they do that with Haunted Highway, for example, we're gonna come back in here and I'm gonna do like the very last like final battle. That's the only video. We're not doing the rest of it. We're just gonna speed run through the rest of it and then do that final video. It's gonna be one video where we finish it. I'm already waiting for that. But I do need to get to these eventually because I do want to do them. But you can do Revival Uluru Games. By the time this video goes up, can't do London Dawning yet. I hope that maybe by the time this video goes up, they'll be repopulating the Reflections category of the game. But a lot of my thoughts on like the Uluru Games are gonna be in those Revival videos. That one I did in full. So that event, the thoughts are the same, right? But I do recommend doing the Revival Uluru Games event yourself if you haven't, because it's really good. It's really good. So I'd maybe do that before watching this because I'll probably reference it. I don't know. We've been yapping too long. We need to get into this because I have to finish this as well as like a handful of stuff for other games and I don't have the time for it. So enter. There's 20 stages. So already that's going to be a little bit of a mess probably. I would like to try and get everything in the shop, like the limited things. So that's going to be the Willow Psy Cube and then the Wilderness pieces. So those are kind of the main goals. Obviously, we also want the Unilogs, but we prioritize the limited stuff. I also haven't watched any of the stuff for 2.4. I need to do that, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm kind of... Do we still want to pull for Flutter page? Probably, right? Oh god, there's like no banners. What is happening? Like, I feel like we should still pull for Flutter page because I don't know who's in the next patch, and I don't think it's anyone I'm necessarily like crazy over. So should we go meta? We'll leave it. We don't need to do that right now. If I don't pull for Flutter page, it's not the end of the world. I did some pulls for her, but we don't have to keep going. But Chronicles of Uluru, let's go. We're starting part 1. First day back in London. It looks like we have Tooth Fairy and Flutter page. That's gonna be an interesting interaction. Flames of passion tinged with a strange shade of yellowish gray. That's London. I say that as if I've been to London. I've never been to London. I'd like to go one day though. I feel like it'd be fun. Not for like a long period, just like a visit, you know? Wow. The box should be in a good place. We'll move it if we have to, but I can't put it in the bottom corner because there's text there. So we have to like go up in the top corner instead so we can see everything. It's a mess. Ah, good morning. It's still echoing. The car.
I'm ready to go.
It's the car.
Please,
all right.
seatbelt, miss. We're setting off now.
Okay. So we are in fact in the car in London.
Yes. A long time ago.
It would be really funny if they did like a gag later on.
5 years? 10 years?
If they did like this gag later. Also, I feel like she's gonna be like, oh, 500 years or something like absurd because it's reverse 1999, of course. But But it would be a really funny gag if... I lost my train of thought. Okay, this is what we're doing today. Entire train of thought is gone.
Longer than that.
How long has it been? Really?
Come on, Van. How long? You don't look 100 years old.
I'm so curious. What's the answer? Because I know it's verse 1989, obviously.
By the way.
By the way,
I'll arrange for you to meet Mr. Fogg first. And then
Mr.
we'll show you
Fogg
around the office.
is Oliver? That's Oliver
I
Fogg?
don't see why we need to make a big deal out of a simple.
I didn't
visit.
know they were involved in this event either, but
Couldn't
like,
agree more, miss. But as this
It is
an
what it is.
official visit by Mr. Fogg, as a servant of the crown, you can rightly expect that they're
I don't
gonna
know
have the
enough.
place decked out like Christmas.
Thank you. For
oh,
taking me
it would be a
there.
funny gag if later on we have two characters like in the front seat of the car and they're opposite to what we're used to, because they're driving the other side of the road. I think it would be funny.
Fogg's office after my visit. You can leave without me.
Is it just like a random? I don't know.
I think I'd like to take
Is it just
the
a random?
underground.
The tube? You won't like it,
It's
miss.
the train, right?
Not the kind of place for a decent young lady.
Hey, decent young ladies make do. Sometimes you got to
Might
take the
just drop
tube.
back to my flask of whiskey while I wait.
Thank you. I'll be back soon.
Because is she from the UK? I don't know enough about Tooth Fairy, I'm realizing. There's so many like cinematic scenes in this event. Maybe it's just in part 1, but like there's so far been a lot of little cinematic bits. Like something has shifted. Hey, yo. Whatever happened to hello? It hasn't even been 10 minutes. Uluru London qualifier open. Okay, what the heck? What are we doing? It's been like 5 minutes. What are we doing? We're at the foundation office. Understandable.
How are things at SPDM, Tooth Fairy? I'm hearing rave reviews about their school physician.
Yeah, the thing just blew up.
I'm glad to hear it. Young children are particularly easy to soothe.
See, that's why I thought that when I saw a Tooth Fairy with Flutter Page, I was like, that's gonna be a fun interaction.
A little toffee.
'Cause Tooth Fairy likes kids. Like, she's good with kids, that's the phrasing. I didn't think she was from the UK though. Because like she has a non-American accent, but it's not like, you know? So she pulls a piece of milk candy out of her pocket and softly places it beside Madame Z's mug of strong tea.
Your work here
I already
is
worked through the tea today.
undoubtedly busier than mine at SPDM. Besides,
What does SPDM
you're
stand for?
directly responsible for our timekeeper, the little troublemaker.
I don't think Timekeeper's part of this event
But
this time.
I am
They might be
sure you
though.
Didn't summon me here only
Very
for a
ten.
little chit chat.
Because is this like, this has to be a flashback. I'm realizing now it has the flashback filter. This is a flashback before the thing blew up. So this is gonna be awkward. Because also Tooth Fairy is there. Madame Z unwraps the candy and places it in her mouth, allowing it to slowly dissolve. Yeah, at first I thought this was a phone call, but it's not. Then she places a stack of papers on the table before Tooth Fairy. Ah, it's a flashback to when she was assigned to go over to London. Exactly.
The Foundation has
It's
now
all making
confirmed a
sense.
correlation between social turmoil and the emergence of the storm.
Social
Our branches around the
turmoil.
world are now
Turmoil.
making efforts
That would
to
make
collect
enough
information on this key
social movements. Yes, this would make sense because they're protesting in the trailers for this event. So it would make total sense if that's the social turmoil. People are upset with their working and living conditions, blah, 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 and it leads to a storm. That would make sense. It would equally make sense, even just thinking back to the first storm, like the first full storm bit we kind of go through with the 1920s, 1930s, same time period, by the way, but over in Chicago, like part 1 and 2 of the story, I think. That leads to the Great Depression stock market crash happens and it leads to a storm. So that also equally makes enough sense. Social turmoil. One was just caused by environmental problems, the other one in living conditions, the other one is economic problems. And you know what? Those go hand in hand.
As you may know, there was a strike
Mhm.
that has only just
Yeah.
ended in London.
That's what the boom
And
was
there's
then,
something I'd
probably.
like
Oh
to
my
share
god.
Besides the strike itself.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Tooth Fairy rapidly flips through the papers. She quickly spots the crucial element.
Tuberculosis.
Ah, tuberculosis. That's
Indeed,
really interesting
there
that this would
appears to
that's
be
like timely.
abnormalities concerning air pollution and reported
Interesting.
cases of TB.
It's not as timely, but I think it's John Green just released a book about tuberculosis. I really want to read it because I keep hearing like rave reviews about it, and I haven't read anything from him in like a really long time. So it's like, that's timely.
Compared to
That's
records
weirdly
before the
timely.
storm, TB morbidity rates are extraordinarily
This is very
high.
true though. I think also
According
time-wise,
to
yes.
levels, that shouldn't be seen until the great smoke.
I'm like, wait, it's 1952? You got. Then I had to think about that.
Has also reported that there is something unusual.
Because it's the Foundation, time travel exists. Yep.
So
Had to
you need
rework
an
that in my
insider
brain.
With knowledge of the storm to visit London, ideally one with a medical background.
That would be Tooth Fairy, probably.
I see.
She's like, so you need me. Oh, their mug. They sell that mug in the store. I want it so bad, but I also like, I wouldn't use it. So I'm like,
I'm sure you understand.
I don't use my merch mugs. And it's like, I should use them, but I'm afraid to.
I'll apply for a special allowance for this field mission. What do you say?
Oh, because she's supposed to be on
I'd be
vacation.
happy to go.
Free my girl Tooth
But
Fairy.
some rare teeth from this era.
Tuberculosis teeth.
Good
Tooth
luck
Fairy, you're
then.
gonna look
Mr.
for
Fogg will contact you when you
tuberculosis teeth. Dear God.
arrive. He's our liaison between the Foundation and the British government.
Wonderful.
I'll take you
The
to
British
hospital,
government.
handling many of these respiratory patients. You will be given full
See,
trust
I know about
to
this
resolve
now.
this
I have knowledge of this because I've looked into
There
this
is
book.
something else.
Wow.
Uluru Coalfire will soon be held
That's
in
horrible
London.
timing.
It may factor into your investigation.
That's like horrible timing.
Uluru qualifier.
Cause like, I'm assuming it like, cause I've said this when we did the first Allure Games event. It's like the Olympics. It's like reverse 1999 Olympics, and
Uluru
the tourism during the Olympics is insane. Like it's insane, and like you're going there for work during the Olympics. I pray for you, Tooth Fairy. This is gonna be a bad time. Well, there's like social and political strife happening, girl.
Not your favorite competitors.
Rip Tooth
Women's
Fairy.
will represent Great Britain in the Australian finals.
So it's always in Australia. Okay.
They shipped my uncle off to Australia back in the day. I always figured he got done in by a kangaroo.
The implications of this line, I don't know if they did that purposely, but I'm pretty sure. Because Australia used to just be like used as a prison for like Great Britain. They just sent prisoners there. That is a throwaway line that they probably did way too much research for.
I think I might chance it.
I kind of love it, but also not, but also do.
Or at least avenge him.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. With a tense frown, Tooth Fairy folds the flyer. The Allure Games are not her current focus, but they obviously end up being her focus if this is the Allure Games event number 2.
That smoke seems to have severely damaged that hospital.
Allure Games Part
but
2.
You don't seem concerned.
It's not electric
We've seen
boogaloo.
worse, miss.
Environmental
You wouldn't
smog.
believe how
What?
many
I don't even know what to
hours
call
we
it.
lose to gas line explosions. Nothing much can shock us Londoners.
Environmental
It's
protesting
the sea where
boogaloo.
you commit up
Sure.
planets From all over the world. Arabians, North Africans, Indians,
All
and
right.
Japanese. Who knows what kind of arcane skill they can
You know,
possess.
it's supposed to be like
The
1920.
police
All
have
right.
seen
What the
now,
hell? Sure.
But can they really do anything to clean up the hospital?
Mans is trying his best.
Police have got their own way of dealing with things. None too friendly. I think you should bring this up to Mr. Fogg.
You must
He's one
work
of
for the
few
Foundation.
folks that look out for the working man, and he's never
Because-
afraid of calling
how do you know
out
Mr.
the
Fogg?
upper class.
Hell yeah, brother.
I suspect Mr.
Call out the
Fogg
upper class,
knows
hell yeah.
more we did. Let's follow the path of this dark soot on the street. Maybe we can find it.
So
or
the
its owner.
thing went boom.
As you like, miss.
She got back in the car. Probably a smart idea. And now they're gonna follow path to try and figure out what's going on, I guess? The car makes its way eastward, weaving through the increasingly narrow streets. Okay, everything I've heard about London, yeah, the streets get
Seems
narrow.
It's leading us to the East End.
Okay.
Only thing that comes out of the East End are drunks, Jack the Ripper.
I don't think I can keep that full line in. I'm gonna be so real. So the brakes screech as the car comes to an abrupt halt. The car shudders from some impact as a child's scream fills the air. Dear God, if that's Flutter Page, we're rioting. We're going straight in with the environmental protest. We're rioting.
Bloody!
We probably would have gone in with them anyways, but I support the protesters. Anyways, a sudden stabbing pain strikes the nerve in Tooth Fairy's temple. She almost stumbles as she rushes to the car. Okay, driver pokes his head through the car window, scrambling to justify his mistake. Okay.
Miss, I swear to I heaven that I have not had a drop of drink today. This is the East End for you.
Dude, just
Either you
give it up.
Someone, or someone it's you.
Give it up. You hit a kid. Just give it up.
Please, miss.
In Minecraft, give it up.
Tell me if I hit anything. I can take it.
This guy. It's like, you're the one. Never mind. Let's just keep moving.
There's no one in front of the car.
Because it could have
No one?
been anything.
I'm up here.
Yeah, Flutterpage can fly. Because I'm like, she can fly. She's trying to fly. The scream could have been her, like, bombs away, you know? Tooth Fairy looks up to see a flurry of papers fluttering and spitting through the sky. A particularly vibrant bundle of fabric resembling some kind of burlap sack hurtles through the center. That's Flutterpage! That's our girl. Our daughter. Everyone's daughter.
Can you catch
The sack. It just says sack. Flutter sack. I love her. The little girl's skirt catches the wind and she drifts weightlessly through the air. What a cutie. That's our Flutterpage. Colorful scraps of paper spiral through the air and swirl around her. They're all Uluru flyers still waiting to be distributed. Cute.
She's being lifted up on the wind.
Oh, what a
Is
cutie.
this her arcane skill?
Yes.
If so, she's amazing for her age.
She's cracked when it comes to the meta, Tooth Fairy. I hope you know this, because I know this, and I keep thinking about that. Even though I feel like I should be saving, I keep thinking about that. But she gently descends, seemingly headed straight into Tooth Fairy's arms. But at the last moment, she shifts direction and lands and...
You weren't going to qualify for nothing like that.
I didn't know she was so sassy. Flutterpage is literally the sassy child. Oh my god.
Are you hurt at all?
Because there's like I mention it a lot. It's because it's a meme I like
It's not
who
even
brought the
our
sassy
fault
child or something like that.
now.
She's a sassy child.
Sweat with the help of little wind.
I thought she was like a
His
sweet little
cheek
kid.
was hurt. The car hit
She's-
his waist.
She's still like a sweet little kid.
Is this Sir Kiki your friend?
Yes, but he ran away. He's probably
Are they
angry.
critters or like imaginary
He's still
friends? Because I feel like we're gonna refer to them as if they're like imaginary friends, but then it turns out they're like actually critters or something. Also, the animation on Flutterpage's live 2D model is insane. It's so smooth. Because I was looking, we had Tooth Fairy, who's an older character, so it's not as smooth, I think. And then they showed Flutterpage, and I'm like, oh my god. But she points toward the shadowy alley to her left, where in a dark, smoggy corner, a pair of glowing eyes peek out from behind a garbage bin. Yeah, okay, it is Critter.
See? Over there. That's the Sutakiki.
Oh, that would make sense.
Page.
Soot, because it's a soot, like one of the soot ball looking ones. That's
If you bring your
Flutterpage.
friend out, I'd like to make amends if I hurt him. Especially if he can't work.
The driver thinks it's a child. No, sir, it is a critter.
Oh, he doesn't work, but you still need to apologize.
Like, she's so smooth. What a cutie. Flutterpage turns toward the alley, waving into the shadows to call over her friend.
Come on out,
Cutie.
Sutakiki.
Sutakiki.
Wants to apologize to you.
Cute. Look at her. She's so cute. That's our Flutterpage. I'm also not on auto. Whoa! The Sutakiki stirs in the shadows, disturbing the pale yellow smog before suddenly leaping forward. All right, is this a combat stage I didn't know about?
He's as big as a kangaroo.
I thought it was one of the small ones, but it's one of the big guys.
His waist is right there. Can't you see?
She's so cute. I'm gonna keep saying how cute Flutterpage is.
Dangerous. Please stay
Yeah, it's a
back,
critter.
child.
I'm gonna keep saying how cute she is because she's adorable. It's my daughter, everyone. All right, are we fighting? Yeah, we're fighting. Okay. I need to put a team together. Plant is recommended. Hold on. Is Flutterpage's star? Okay. Up. Confirm that. We figure it out. Okay. Well, Argus and Goodsian are coming in for sure. Do I have any other working on Satsuki? I could probably just bring in my normal team. Wait, where's Vila? Oh, the Vila's in here. Hold on. Vila goes to my third spot, so forgot Vila's plant for a second. For like a support. I should, because Argus is technically also support. Do we just bring a J? Let's just bring a J. Argus, Vila, and then put Goodsian in the suitcase. Yeah, it's not weak, so it should be fine. Also, I have built characters now. Like, they're not fully built, but they're built more than before, you know? Will this work? This should work. Oh, we have smoke inhalation. Oh my god, that's such a I was gonna say that's a fun mechanic, but it's fun in context because it's like, yeah, it is smoky and smoggy in London in 1920. Yeah.
Sir, I suggest you cover your mouth and nose. There's something off.
I love. This reminds me of, is it Garbodor from Pokemon? When they went to like was it Galar? I don't remember anything about Sword and Shield. I'm realizing, oh my god. It's like a similar vibe and I think that's fun. I'm also not moving the box even though we have text up here.
Christ. So the rumours are true. I never should have gone into an alley like this on such a smoggy day.
But it's so cute. I want them to make a plushie of this because it's like my vibe. Kiki.
He's looking at the end of the alley. He must want to go that way.
So are we gonna fight him first? Because Flutterpage isn't gonna like that. That's Flutterpage's bestie.
I think he wants to escape.
Oh.
Maybe the smog's harmful to him.
That would
too.
make sense. That makes enough sense. All right, move combat now. I need to figure out a good place to put the box because I don't want to cover up the cards, but we might have to go at bottom corner because that's like just the best place for a verse, but I don't want to cover the dialogue. Ah, Vroid double speed, it feels slow. I love like Argus, especially because sometimes some of her lines are just like Texas. Like she'll just say Texas out of nowhere. It's kind of funny. Oh, so smoke inhalation, once the bar fills up, you get a bit of like a debuff to your whole team or like an AoE debuff. Thanks, Jay. Moving on.
Bollocks. Turn over already, you stupid car.
Driver's like, we need to get out of here. The engine roars to life again, its pistons drumming the retreat as the car careens through the streets. That rhymed, weirdly enough.
Why did Mr. Driver run away like the
Oh.
Kiki?
He just left us.
He was worried for his car. If it got damaged, it could cost him his
That's
job.
true. That's true. Because that's like his livelihood.
Oh, got it. I don't want to lose my job neither.
Ah, child labor bad. We know this, but it's also the 1920s, and that was a thing back then. Ah, the little girl gives an empathetic nod. But a child her age has no place in anything to do with the word work. This is very true. Child labor bad. But it's like 1920 or something.
He has a car, so why
Unfortunately, that was a thing back then.
How did he get that job? Can I do it too?
Because this is something I didn't know about her.
Once you grow up,
She's very much like,
open your mouth.
I thought she was just like kind of like a flighty little kid, but no, she's very like caring. An empath, if you will. They said she gave an empathetic smile, an empath, if you will. But she's very caring, and it seems like she wants to make this money for her family sort of thing, blah, 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 which you, like, that was a thing. You did see that with kids back then, at least hypothetically. I don't know. I wasn't alive back then, obviously. History books and all that. Media about the 1920s is where you really find that out, but they gave the kid layers. All right. Okay. Tooth Fairy produces a shimmering jar of ointment made from ground golden fairy and lanolin, a concoction capable of soothing one's fear of swallowing a tooth fairy for the first time. Interesting.
What's this?
Why is she taking it out?
You were hurt. It's a kind of ointment. It will numb
Oh.
the pain if you ingest it, or reduce the inflammation if you rub it on your wound.
Okay. Weird flex, but okay.
I feel a little pain. But what do you mean by inflammation? Does that mean I'll catch on fire?
Oh,
And
Flutterpage.
you will feel much better. Doctor's orders.
I
kid.
love how she has these like big eyes, but also like there's little like antenna on her bow. It has a very like bug sort of vibe, but I think it's really cute. The little girl's curiosity easily trumps her hesitation toward the unfamiliar. She stretches her neck and sucks Tooth Fairy's ointment-covered finger. I don't think that was the point. I don't think that was what needed to happen. But she probably wanted to taste it because she's a child.
Mmm. It's a bit sour, like a moldy raspberry, but still sweet. Why on
The
earth
fact
told
that
us
she
it's
knows
yours?
what a moldy
I see.
raspberry.
So you're a witch doctor, aren't you? I can tell from your metal mask, teeth necklace, and the golden fairies in your jar.
Sure.
That is a reasonable assumption.
She's just not
So
from
here's
this
the
time
common
period.
flyer then. Must be. You even got the flyer with you.
Does she have the flyer?
Actually,
Okay.
I'm here as a doctor to investigate a tuberculosis outbreak.
I think
Strange
tuberculosis
black
outbreaks
fog
were just a
damaged
thing
the
back then.
hospital I was heading to.
Oh, the
I
fog
followed
made the
trace it
boom?
left behind to this
Oh.
area.
Interesting. Weird.
Fog? There ain't no black fog. Around here, the smog is yellow, and sometimes I've seen black smoke puffing up from the
That's
factory
normal.
chimneys, but never in Cross Street.
That's normal. The
I'd
chimneys.
like to be an arcane skill, miss. Lots of us arcanists here. That's why we're all chuffed up for the Uluru qualifiers. There's herbalists,
Oh.
psychics, diviners, magicians.
Is she gonna...
Thank you, Flutterpage.
Because I don't think Willow's from around here. Because I wonder when Willow comes in. Left to her own devices, Flutterpage could recite the job of every arcanist on the entire street. Oh,
Great, then I'll show you around.
she's
like
just
it
a curious little kid who's like talk to everyone. Flutterpage grabs Tooth Fairy's hand and drags her toward the heart of Cross Street. Cutie. Flutterpage, cutie. Oh, this is gonna take a while. That was like 28 minutes. We're gonna be in this one for a while probably, but I started it a little bit early, so I don't have to like speed run yet. Like I can do just like a couple of videos tonight and call it, which is good because I'm still like fighting to get my voice back. All right, is this a reading exercise? I think it is. This brochure is issued to all Uluru qualifier participants and enthusiasts. Full details are found on the back. Okay, so what do we got? As per usual, I do read through these in full. So if you don't care, just skip ahead a little bit, but I do read through these things in full. Fun food in the unforgettable Uluru. Come one, come all, the Uluru Fair is now open. Important notice, the champion of the borough voting has begun. Head to the central square of the Uluru Fair, 1 vote per person, vote now, all right. Next announcement, the mock Uluru games are open to all, offering 3 main categories: shooting, racing, and ball games consisting of a grand total of 7 challenges. Enjoy the thrill of sports and entertainment, all for just 6 pence. Oh, right, I don't know what a pence is. It's like, I know it's a currency in the UK, but I think it's like not a full dollar. I don't know. Next up is the recommended venue, Victor's Cinema. The legendary Uluru Athletes documentary series is now in theaters. Then don't miss out on Uluru Trivia Night held every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Winners will be awarded 2 tickets to a featured event. Recommended booth is Puck's Fortune Telling. Match predictions and good luck charms await you at Puck's Fortune Telling. All right, that was pretty easy. Then we have part 2, Swallows in the Chimney. There's some more people here, and it is another combat stage. Seems like we're just gonna be doing a lot of combat in this one. It's another combat stage, but there's more people, but we still have Flutterpage and Tooth Fairy. All right, in we go. Let's get her done. I kind of have a feeling this might be this part 2 might be all we do. We might only do parts 1 and 2 today. But
Cross Street.
we're on Cross Street. Cute. There's a lot of people, which is unfortunate because it's probably overcrowded. Which also doesn't help the tuberculosis thing. Anyways, makeshift stalls line the street as the Arcanists celebrate the approaching Uluru qualifiers. Flutterpage lets the last of the flyers slip from her fingers. They scatter as they soar on the wind and drift into the half-open windows. I got cut off. This game loves to cut me off.
Stop littering, you grimy little bug.
Oh, that's the one NPC that had a, colorful model. Interesting. Why does she have a rope on her arm? Is that just so she doesn't fly away? That's so cursed. Tooth Fairy inspects the street, studying the allies on either side, but finds nothing.
The trace
Interesting.
of the black fog seems to have disappeared into a large gathering of arcanists.
Okay.
A nice choice.
But I don't think... I feel like we're, investigating the wrong thing with this black fog. Does that make sense?
That has a certain level of intelligence.
I feel like we're, focusing on the wrong thing, maybe. Ultimately, she's only a doctor. When it comes to things outside of illness, she often finds herself lost, talking about Tooth Fairy.
He sounds like a monster. Like some tall tales where adults make up to scare us.
She's
But
too
I heard
smart.
people talking when I was sitting on the roof. They say he was born
Oh.
from a smokestack.
So other people have seen this
It does
thing.
appear to have a similar composition. to
Interesting.
soot.
So instead of the
That's
little
no good
soot
for
balls,
birds, Doctor.
now we have smog
Sure hope it don't
monsters
come here.
from the
I
factories.
don't want it to muck up the Uluru Fair. Or
Interesting.
scare canaries away
That's
from
understandable,
humans.
though. It's a very understandable,
What's so special
progression of
about
events
They always
that
know where the
monsters or
landlords
critters
are
would
hiding.
manifest
Also,
from that.
Give them a bit of old bread or seeds, and they find me the snails.
The snails that she gives to Willow!
Stay right there, miss. I'll be back soon as I finish. Don't go getting off your sauce while I'm gone.
What does that mean, Flutterpage? But it's the snails for Willow! With that, Flutterpage drifts towards a stall decorated with Union Jack bunting before disappearing like a whisper on the wind. A gentleman in a fine gray woolen coat stands tall nearby. I don't know who it's supposed to be. He is utterly incongruous with the rest of the street. Not sure who it is, though. Is it the guy with the hat? I don't know.
This is an
Oh.
Arcanist Fair Booth application form. You need only fill this and get proper approval from the city government.
Oh?
Then no one can bother you.
What do you mean by that? Dude, who are you?
Approval, eh? What's the point? The games will be over by the time they've even looked at my application.
Is it for, setting up... Oh, is this, a guy in the government or something? Is this Mr. Fogg? This is who he actually is?
Are we entirely certain we even want to hold the fair in these conditions? Don't you think
Well, this is their affair. Let them have it.
The weather now isn't appropriate for that kind of strenuous physical activity.
Well, it's not going to get any better. Not with
What else
what's
can we do?
currently happening.
We need to earn our bread, or perhaps
Yeah.
you could clean the air for us, eh, Mr. Fogwalker?
Okay, so this is our guy. I was
I'm
like,
doing
you
all
have like a
I
full
can.
model. You have to be
Which means
somebody,
you can't
which
do
this is
nothing
the
at
one that
all,
was
don't you?
animated. Or like
Yeah,
had like a
for
colorful.
But what we make in a
NPC.
day at the fair here is more than an entire week anywhere else.
Mhm.
Not like we have royal
Which think there's a
allowances
lot that can be
to rely on.
said about that.
Unlike you.
Like places that rely heavily on tourism, or even like tourism for a small period of time, like when the Olympics happen, or in this case it's the Uluru Games. There's a lot that can be said about that. Like tourism as like a means of living and making your money to live sort of thing. There's good and bad to it on both sides, especially when you get into the territory of like over tourism. But that also kind of goes hand in hand with the environmental protesting we'll be doing later. So
Enough of it
we'll put a pin
already.
in that for now.
Now, would you mind
But it
moving
is
aside
unfortunate,
so
like, yeah,
Mr.
they're making their money
Hayes
off of
can
tourism right now.
She's been waiting a while.
Oh, I do apologize, miss.
Yeah.
Miss Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, this is our guy. We're actually waiting for
Didn't
this
expect
guy.
to run into you here, Mr. Fogg.
The pleasure is all mine, miss. Oh,
What a
where
switch
am I,
up.
Menace? Welcome to London.
Interesting that we followed the smog monster here. A cross-street local hurries by, letting out a sharp, violent cough. That's the tuberculosis.
Of course, we were supposed
Again,
to
when you
meet
get
in
into,
the
like,
office of the London
over-tourism and
Atmosphere
overcrowding
Cleanup Committee.
issues.
I'd have prepared a fine Indian tea for you.
That's,
But I was
yep.
called away to deal with matters here on Cross Street. It's a happy coincidence that you popped by.
Is it
It
though?
will save us both some time.
I don't know if it is. Because also, if the storm can manifest out of, like, social strife, wouldn't the critters also manifest out of something similar? Like, wouldn't it make sense that, like, smaller increments of social strife could lead to manifestations of more critters? But, like, widespread, big social political strife moment is storm. But, like, the critters are, like, the smaller version of that. I feel like that makes enough sense. But Mr. Fogg awkwardly fiddles with his gloves, clearly feeling embarrassed at the indecency of their meeting. Do we want to unpack that, Mr. Fogg? Do we want to unpack that one? I don't think we want to unpack that one. Thankfully for him, Tooth Fairy seems more concerned about the issue at hand. Why are you embarrassed to be seen across street? Do we want to unpack that?
You mean the air pollution?
Do we want to unpack where the air pollution is coming from?
Not precisely, no.
Mr.
Though one
Fogg,
could
if that is
say
your real
the problem
name.
is related. In fact, it seems just about every one of our problems comes down to these sticky contradictions.
Sticky contradictions. What are we talking
For
about?
example, contrary to good wisdom, the people of Cross Street have opted to continue their fare.
Yeah.
Despite the obvious dangers of
Because
the
they
fog.
need to make their money. It's
That's just
unfortunate
unreasonable.
that they're having to put their lives in danger, or in not necessarily danger, but it also is kind of a danger, like, especially because tuberculosis is still a thing, which it is still a thing to this very day. But there is ways to treat it a little bit more than there was in 1920. The reason why it's still a thing is because people don't want to do those treatments. Anyways, that's a whole other thing. I have a lot of tuberculosis knowledge just like at the forefront of my brain right now. Anyways, like, it's unfortunate that they're having to, like, put their health in danger to make their money to live, but they have been put in this situation by y'all. So I don't know what you expected, Mr. Fogg. I really don't know what you expected.
You're the unreasonable one here, mate. Stop the Uluru fair.
Like,
on
does
the
it suck? Yes, on all regards, but
Should we cancel
there's
the
no other
Uluru
option.
Games next?
There's, like, no other option.
Citizens should be made
Except-
aware of the harm caused by fog.
The government
And
fixing it,
reduce
essentially.
unnecessary
Maybe
outdoor
make doing less infrastructure production, all the blah, 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 blah.
You lot government officials?
I don't, what's this Will guy going on about? Wait, a few busybodies gather near the two of them, ready to catch the latest gossip. Ooh.
Saying we aren't allowed to celebrate the Uluru qualifiers? So what are you expecting us to do? Just watch the games and then pop off home?
That's also a
Not
good
like
point.
there are many events left for us arcanists
That's also a good point.
to celebrate in our own country.
Sir,
To a certain
you
extent,
seem
that's
to
a good
have
point.
Quite a severe cough.
That would be the tuberculosis.
It's not so bad. Just a little curse is all. Doesn't matter none. A good arcanist healer can cure me.
But can you
exactly
go
what I've
to
been
where?
talking A curse? Good lord, man. You have a disease called tuberculosis.
This is also weirdly,
You
like,
need a proper
relevant as
doctor,
well.
Not a healer.
Maybe this is just how citizens in Cross Street best comprehend
Fair.
the disease. In the Arcanist
So I'm
realm,
assuming Cross Street is specifically
it's not a matter of Arcanists
like a hub for
or humans.
Arcanists, but
Tuberculosis is caused by the presence
that
of
would make enough. That would make
bacterium
sense.
in the air.
Yes.
It can't be cured through ritualistic purification.
Interesting lore bit though that
exorcism.
like normal human conditions can't be cured with like Arcanist magic stuff. Interesting.
If this tuber what have you is the reason, then why does my chest burn like hell?
That's also very
I've never
interesting
heard
though,
of a
because
bacteria what could do that?
like we think about something like tuberculosis now that was super widespread in the 1920s, 1930s, I think, as being like very much like, oh yeah, most people just died of tuberculosis. If they died of something, it was probably tuberculosis. And it's like much more, there's so much more knowledge about it. But back then, I don't know how accurate this is, but it seems almost like they're going the route of back then in like the 1920s, hypothetically, in the fantasy version of London versus 1999, people didn't actually know what it was they were dying from. And I don't know how accurate that is historically, but that's also like, I wouldn't put it past anything to be like, yeah, they probably didn't know. Information was harder to like get passed around accurately back then because there was no like internet or like, I think even TV was very like minimal. Like it wasn't as common for people to have every like single family to have like a TV in their home, let alone like multiple that people have in their houses now. Interesting. I would assume that's true. The fact that like a lot of people who had and were dying from tuberculosis didn't even know what it truly was. That's very interesting.
You feel like your chest is burning.
Like swallowing
Yeah.
flaming coal it is. It all started this month.
Mm-hmm.
Never felt anything like this before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's,
This has to be the Fog Hag's curse.
oh, there's where Willow comes in.
She's the one who summoned
Interesting.
this damnable black
So-
fog. She used to be a toad.
I'm gonna assume this happens after Willow's character story,
And
so
turned out as a twisted old hag.
we did do that, but it was like a speed run. It was heavy on the speed run, but we did do it.
Tell me more about the black fog.
And that would make sense if that's why it came in here. Because in Flutterpage is looking for the snails or okay, because it has to happen post that. But also, do they know that Willow's like doing the Uluru games? The vendor remains silent, shooting a hostile glance down Cross Street.
Shh, don't say anything about it. It'll bring bad luck.
Okay. He coughs, waving his hand to scatter the attention of the crowd, then vanishes into the yellow smog. Bye,
So now we
Will.
have a fog
Rest in
hag?
peace.
What's to come next, I wonder?
Now there's a fog hag? What's next? God. He raises his hand in resignation, knowing that as a gentleman, he should speak no further on the matter. Blah, 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 Mr. Fogg.
Sometimes, despite being an arcanist myself, it's hard to understand
Well, that's
my
not-
own people.
Though that's not has nothing to do with being an
That's what
arcanist
they
or
think.
not being an arcanist. It's a class gap at that point. What is that the right word? That's not the right word for it. Maybe it is. It's like a gap in because Mr. Fogg is obviously upper class, whereas the people of Cross Street, that's much more, to put it bluntly, this is like a lower class area, which is unfortunate that it happened this way. But history also there's a proper word like class distinctions, class biases. There's a word, discrepancy. I can't think of the word, but like these like big gaps, wealth inequality, all that stuff. That's what he says. It's hard to understand my own people. These are not your people, Mr. Fogg. These people don't like you, and they have valid reasons for not liking you. I don't even know if I like you, Mr. Fogg.
My colleague is
Justice for
presently out
Cross Street.
investigating this curse they mentioned.
Because they don't know what
But
tuberculosis
there's
is, so they're
nothing
just that's
that
just
Intrepid
they're
skills
describing
believe.
it this way because that's how they
I doubt
understand it.
there's any evidence of
Especially if this is a
so-called
arcanist heavy area.
In fact,
Who is that? A long, sharp whistle cuts through the air like that of a rider galloping across the plains of the land down under. But what follows is not the sound of hooves. What is this?
Arthur, a little help, mate. We've got trouble.
That's the colleague! Oh God. Brimley! A hat riding a hobby horse races forward, its coat fluttering in the thick smog like a cavalryman returning from a how do you say this? I know this word. Reconnaissance mission? Sure. God, Brimley lore! Because Brimley, he under a different name, Mr. Slouch Hat. He's in the Revival Uluru event that happens like in 1990s. I think it's like 1999 actually is when that canonically happens, the Uluru Games Revival event. So this is 1920, so it's like this is probably one of the last Allure games before we end up reviving it, I would assume. So this is the Brimley lore, the Mr. Slouch Hat lore. This is what he did in the past life. A dark cloud follows close behind him. This is the battle
There
section.
it is.
Here it is, Tooth Fairy.
What's that after you now, old hat?
Old hat.
It's the Black Fog.
We have Old Hag and the Old Hat.
Now it's sent out critters into the streets.
Interesting. This is...
Steady on. Let's charge
Oh,
my
this is the
soldiers
fog
into
we
Brady's
were.
war.
He's Australian. Carbuncle, yeah.
The Hag's cast is coming for us.
Well, that's just, again, it's a critter.
Nasty critters are coming from her
Yeah.
garden. Run!
It's, I just think, actually it would make sense if we're going off the theory that critters are also a manifestation of strife. So like those sort of emotions will manifest that similarly to the storm, but like at a lesser degree because it's not a storm, it's just a critter. That actually does make sense that they would be coming from Willow's garden because she is very sad. She has been very sad. So sad, not even sad, but like angry at her circumstances. So that makes sense. That would make sense that they'd be coming from her garden, but it's like not her fault necessarily because she's going through a lot. Anyways, let's just use the same team. That makes sense that she would be going through a lot. This is such a fun design though. It's in like this like industrial looking robot. That's such a fun design. With the coal, that's really cool. I really like these designs. So we're just gonna power through, baby. Don't mess with Texas. Hell yeah. I love Argus's lines are so fun to me. Yippee! Comrade! I love Vila too. I like these. I love my little characters, my little guys.
To serve as your bodyguard, miss. I'm Brimley, the ranger colleague of my mate here, Arthur Fogg.
Hi, Brimley.
I wasn't hurt. Thank
Nice to
you.
see you again, Mr. Slouch Hat, Mr. Brimley Slouch Hat. Mr. Fogg lightly brushes the soot from his coat before walking over to Tooth Fairy. Despite clearing away most of the black fog, his expression looks grim. Can't take a little bit of soot,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Fogg?
Tooth Fairy, for telling us what happened at the hospital.
If there's
We
one
had to make
thing
a summary
Reverse
of our
1999 does
investigations.
so well, it's making an NPC that I just despise. But in like a good way. Like it's good that I despise them because the opposite of love is indifference. If I hate you, that's better than indifference. That means it's a good character. If I don't feel any sort of way about a character, that's bad. Seasoned government employees are particularly good at providing summaries. Okay,
We've encountered 3 oddities thus far today.
what are they?
This mysterious black fog, the unusual burning
The
chest,
burning chest system.
and
I think what they're going about here, because I don't know if the burning chest thing is synonymous with tuberculosis. I think they're doing a reverse 1999 move of taking something from the real world and flipping it a little bit to make it more magical and fantasy adjacent, which they can do because this is not technically 1920s London, fantasy 1920s London. So they can kind of do whatever they want with it a little bit, but still keep it like on the historical timeline in a way. So it seems like they're taking the idea of tuberculosis, but making Arcanist tuberculosis that has something to do with like coals and possibly the Uluru games, like a manifestation related to the storm sort of situation, possibly even, because the original Uluru games event, what it does is it starts with Spathodia having like the flame in her chest. So I think it's probably quite similar, maybe, because the before symptoms of a storm as well are like weird manifestations of things. The symptom of the storm at the very beginning of the game is where like normal people can't eat food. It like food looks like trash and like gold bars and like inedible objects, but then actual inedible objects look like food. So it's just like weird things, and that's like these oddities. The black fog is also a weird critter thing, also an environmental thing, but the burning chest system, I think, is what they're doing. Where like it might be tuberculosis, but it's magical tuberculosis, which they can kind of do that. He carefully considers his words before bringing up the difficult third point.
this so-called
The fog hag! Yeah!
crossed.
My fog hag! My favorite fog hag.
Well done, mate. You did it. You said it
Willow
out
the
loud.
fog.
We may just break the ice of your soul yet.
I'm only doing my due diligence by quoting the title verbatim.
You see, it's very...
Back to the topic.
Mr. Fogg is a very interesting character to me because he
Combining
thinks
these
he's
clues
like a
together,
good guy, but
we
he
should
also just
assume
doesn't
a
realize
causal
like the
connection.
class inequalities
The
and things like
hag
that are like inherently in his
London is
personality and like he's
very
biased towards.
TB with the burning chest symptom.
Variant of
When you
TB.
gonna
That would
have
make
the
sense.
51B Baker Street, mate.
So it's like an Arcanist variant of TB. That would make enough sense. The Fogwalker shifts his gaze, knowing that even if we were to inhale a mouthful of that black fog, his face wouldn't look any grimmer.
It's a reasonable speculation. If so, then the first thing is to determine if such a lady lives here on Cross Street. We'd better pay her.
Because I don't think it's like it's not technically Willow's fault, even though it also kind of is. If it is like
confirm that for you. She's here, all right.
Yeah.
Down at the house at the mangy front garden at the south end.
It was pretty once upon a time, but then Willow got depressed.
But might I suggest
Which I don't blame her.
Go in a rush to pay her.
Competitive sport made me depressed too. I don't blame her.
Or even
Hag solidarity. I get Willow. I feel her. A little figure squeezes its way in. She's like, "Oh, I'm going there too. That's who I give my snails to."
Boy, Miss Witch Doctor, you done talking to Mr. Fog and Mr. Hat?
So we're gonna go talk to the fog hag.
Paige, where have you been?
Looking for snails.
Wasn't you listening? I was off catching snails.
She did say she was going on her snail run.
A bit of help from the canaries.
What are the canaries? Flutterpage lifts an old glass jar filled with snails.
Good on you, little tacker. That's quite
Oh.
the harvest.
Brimley's also really good with kids. That's cute. She tucks the jar away in the folds of her clothing, then lightly grabs the hem of Tooth Fairy's coat. Oh,
Shall we then,
cutie.
Miss Witch Doctor?
Off we go to the fog hag's house.
Thought I'd show you around Cross Street. Figuring since I'm the best guide here.
I trust that, Flutterpage. I trust that you're the best guide in Cross Street.
Then, do you happen to know about the house at the south end of the street?
She's gonna be like, "Yeah, that's where I take my snails." Flutterpage ponders for a moment before her eyes widen in realization.
Sure do. Actually, these snails are for her.
The snails!
You can tag along with me to see her if you like.
Cutie. So I'm gonna assume this takes place after the conclusion of Willow's character story. The only problem is I don't remember how Willow's character story ends because I did it while I was in like a fever. It wasn't a fever dream. I was like in a fever state. So I don't remember most of Willow's character story because I was just feverish the whole time. So I don't remember enough of it. We have a reading exercise. It is a human reports, but it's a bit hesitant. It is a conversation overheard as a carbuncle basks in photosynthesis. Okay, let's listen together then. Between the pages, one says, "What's this?" And number two, we're just have to go back and forth, I guess. "Rubbish, stop poking around." "Rubbish? Ain't this a book? Don't you want it? Mind if I take a butcher's? I don't know what that means." "You wouldn't understand it." "You're right. I don't understand it." "So what's it about then? Don't you have anything better to do?" I think it's a back and forth necessarily. I think it's like kind of a back and forth, but I ain't done any of today's chores, haven't taken that package to me sister, or helped the lady next door with her little one like Mom asked. I always say this, but I always cringe when I have to read British mom because I feel like I'm tryharding it. It's a me problem, not a text problem. This has happened before, but I always cringe a little bit when I have to do that. But I don't want to do any of those things. I just want to stay here a little longer. I'm also not trying to do any sort of British accent because I can't do one. Case closed. I can do one, but it's bad. So it might come out a little bit here and there, but I'm not trying to do it. I'm actively trying not to do it, actually. So there's a bit of a skip with insects. Are herbs with leaves and purple flowers. Maybe it's an adventure book about the adventures of a little creepy crawly and its friends. Can I draw a story for it inside? Can I? You just don't stop, do you? Can't you find someone else to entertain you? Or maybe I just have a mug written all over my face. Fine, do whatever you want with it. Stay here for all I care. Just leave me alone, understand? Leave me alone. I can do whatever I want with it. Thanks, but I don't have a pen, do you? Just gives him a pen. Interesting. So we can go straight ahead to Fog Hag, but I think we'll stop for today because I don't want to get too, if we start a new section, it might take like forever and I'm going to regret it in editing. So, all right, let's do some summons. So Regulus is on Banner right now as well, and I haven't looked at who's upcoming on Banner. So I don't want to get ahead of myself, but also I haven't done my standard, my beginner banner. Part of me kind of wants to do beginner. Is that crazy? I mean, Regulus banner only has 2 left, and I do have Bjorkenbloom and Ulu, so I wouldn't mind getting portraits on them. I also wouldn't mind getting a copy of Regulus, because also, do I need more star characters? We can take some time to look at this right now. I feel like I could use more star characters, well, also I can never press the right buttons, apparently. Don't have a 6-star star character. So, it might be kind of worth it, there's other, is it mineral? Because mineral I have 2 6 stars, so that's not an issue. I think star is the only one because plant I have 2 6 stars. Beast I have 3 6 stars, and tenant who I love. Also some like 5 stars that I really enjoy and do plan on building up fully. Spirit and intelligence, I don't have really any of those type of characters, but also spirit and intelligence aren't as necessary in this game, I feel like. Like they do come up every now and then, but you can get by with mineral, star, plant, beast characters built up pretty well as well, at least in my experience. So I know, I probably will regret that, but I also just love Regulus, so I'm kind of like, what does she do? DPS support. Yeah, I think we'll go for Regulus. Why not? I love Regulus. I want to pull for her. And I have some pulls, so we're gonna do just that because I said so. It's Onion!
Congratulations.
Onion was in the Mercuria thing that we did right before this. We'll at least do like 4 pulls, maybe. Darlie, and then one more is the rest of my Unilogs. Alien T, all our favorite friends. Because I believe it does technically carry over. Yeah, I think the pity is there's Carnival Limited, but I think the event and the Swinging Freely share pity, possibly. Anyways, that is going to be it for today. I said we'd only get through those first 2 sections, and I was right about that. We can't get anything out of Victory Podium yet, because I am waiting to get that limited stuff first, technically. So we'll see how far we get, but if we go to the stages here, it looks like there is there 20? 19, yeah, okay, so it just go to, that's in hard mode though. Oh, complete stage 19 arduous on story mode. Okay, so there is looks like 20 stages, but it looks like that stage 20 might be kind of unnecessary because none of them, it only goes up to 19. So you do have to do 20, but it looks like it's probably like a cutscene and that's it. So I think the original Allure games did the same thing. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. We will be back shortly. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!